Yeah. Yeah, you know how that stuff goes. You know how that stuff goes right there. We back, guys. Yeah, we knew a little bit of that was finna happen. We didn't know what was finna happen, but we knew something was finna happen, right? Nothing like you said, like the teacher said, nothing. Zay say nothing new, family, nothing new. Yeah, it is what it is, right? Yeah, shouts out to Letitia too. What's up, girl? Della B, what's up? I don't know what happened, Della. YouTube be tripping. They know we coming. Hey, they know we about to hit you over the head with some shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So we ain't really tripping off of that. They've been doing a couple of things and stuff. So, we just gonna continue on, keep doing what it is that we do. But yeah, I just, yeah, they say, Armici said, got to talk about Tupac, and they said you, you doing. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you because look, listen. Uh, I'm telling you, like one of the things that we gotta understand is that when we know how to communicate through signs and symbols, that's always gonna be a threat to them. That's always gonna be a threat to them. And informing our people on the fundamentals about how to take care of yourself is always gonna be a threat to them. You see what I'm saying? And then that's why I keep telling you guys that when it comes to the water and everything like that, it's important, extremely important for us to continue to understand that we have to get that in check. We have to get that in check. But I think unfortunately for most of us, we downplay or we marginalize the importance of water and what it can do for us to take us to the next level, right? We downplay and we marginalize, the importance of understanding that science is fraudulent, that science is pseudo. You see, in every facet, in every area of life activity that was articulated by Dr. Frances Wilson and Dr. Neely Fuller. You're talking about education, economics, entertainment, labor, law, politics, sex, religion, and war. Every area of activity, he has a pseudoscience ready to captivate your mind. He has a pseudoscience ready to, throw you off center so that you run around here don't know your head from your ass. And that's the problem. And he can't wait to speak that mayonnaise. We told you what mayonnaise is. It's a whole jar of mayonnaise plus the entire English language, 3 cups of motherfucking gaslighting, and 2 teaspoons of bullshit. This is what this Blanco do all the time. Now, some people be saying to me, they like, oh, well, you're a little bit too hard. You're a little bit too hard on people, and you got things twisted. A lot of people out there to help. Well, as long as the science pervades, we're in trouble. Because if your worldview has been contaminated by pseudoscience, there is no way that you can start the liberation process. Isn't that what we see? We see so many people on these different levels, and ultimately, when we find ourselves engaged in some of these discussions or disputes, we find ourselves vibrating lower. Engaging in discussions about, relationships that we ain't even really we ain't got no real investment in. We know that we're doing that we're engaged in the fight. We know that we're doing the work. And that's the only thing we should be concentrating on, brothers and sisters. The only thing. So, let's see what I want to do next. Because I see that they were on it. We were vibing and shit. I don't know what they. They was mad about that because I was finna get to it. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely finna get to it. I don't even. My goodness, man. I hate when they kill my vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't, they trying to, But we gonna keep it rocking. We gonna keep it rocking right quick because I got a couple more things that I want to relay to you guys. Want to show you guys. And so give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Sitting up there fucking with a nigga, bro. What was they doing? What was they doing? I made another channel for a nigga and everything. Goodness gracious. All right. let's go to something heavy. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Find this video. Okay. Yeah, because we got something deep for y'all. We got something deep. And I know that they going to look. I know that they going to be like, I hope they don't. But we going to play it anyways because we coming with the heat. We coming with the heat. Hold on. I hope they didn't share my video. Come on now, don't do this to me now, cause this video dope. This video dope. We showed a little bit of this that I told you we're gonna go over some of this information from the previous segments and stuff like this, and so, you know, we wanna and what's so crazy about this video is let me mute that crazy crap. What's so crazy about this video is that you know, now they killed this man first and foremost. They killed this man, and you know, he was talking. You know, anytime that you are in favor of, like we talk about natural science and informing, especially people of the eumelanin species and content about what's going on, then you're a target. You know, like I told you, I'm always in favor of individuals like this. You know, it's a few other books like I talked about. Y'all reference a couple others, and then, you know, I'll be referencing more and stuff like that too as well, so that you guys can have these things in your library, because it's especially important for you to have these things in your library to refer back to. But yeah, you know, he was going around and he was letting us know. He said, "Look, man, there's some culprits in this, and I'm telling you that they know for a fact that this may not happen." So the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention is I'm like, do you think that a tiger is going to change their stripes? Do you think that is ferocious? And do you think that is violent? And do you think that is nefarious? And do you think that is insidious and dark? That this block, you know, and I use the term dark loosely, that this Blanco can be in terms of weaponizing nature against us, that somehow they'll just let up? Come on, man. Let me share my screen right quick, so you guys see exactly what I'm talking about here. Let's get into it.
Overall principle to take a look at very seriously from a point of view of disease and death. And this applies to AIDS as it would apply to any disease problem in humanity, and with this I'm going to end. The bubonic plague killed half the population of Europe. The question you must ask and must answer, if you're going to be a rational thinking human being, is why didn't it kill the other half? In the United States, in 1919, 18 million people died of the flu. My question is, why didn't the other 92 million die? The answer to that, and every reporter owes it to their readers, is very simple. The bugs do not cause the disease unless there's a suitable terrain. And so the answer to all disease is not to take a shotgun and blow a human being apart, but to simply prevent the disease to begin with by living at peace and in harmony, not only with your fellow human beings, but with every organism on this planet. And thank you.
So you got to see, you need to see his whole, you know, he has he has a entire video. I think it's about like an hour or so long or whatever. But what he's talking about, he's like, man, they knew for a long time what caused AIDS. AIDS in and of itself is, acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Remember, that's a general term. He knew that basically all of that was the body being dehydrated and obviously a form of malnutrition. This is one of the reasons why they tell you that, when you get it, you can die of basically anything. You know what I'm saying? Because they know for a fact they had to, as I explained in my book, create a science around it, right? They had to come up with RNA. They had to come up with this idea of DNA not being able to be made in the cytoplasm, right? Because when they first came up with DNA could only be made in the nucleus. So they had to change it up for this to work, because they're like, okay, well, how are we gonna come up with this virus theory shit if DNA can only be made in the nucleus and it can't penetrate it? So we have to come up with it being able to be made in the reverse. This is deep shit. I explain all of this in my book to give you tons of research, and anybody who's gotten the book, they are fully aware of this shit. So like we talked about before, we talked about the DNA. We talk about how, you have to understand that it is the manipulation of the sugar, brothers and sisters. That's what's key when you're talking about the sugar, because your blood only runs off glucose. This so-called DNA is, they call it deoxyribose. Ribose is a sugar. When you talk about a blood type, remember, in the medical field, they don't call them blood types. They call them blood groups. Okay? And when you look at A, B, and all of this different stuff, that's literally a type of sugar that comes off the surface of your blood cell. Now, this takes us back right to that book about Henrietta Lacks. They noticed that it was a certain type of sugar, which they call glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase A. Now, this whole thing, like they said, was peculiar only to black people here in America. Now, we know that there's obviously other ethnic tribes and stuff that are a part of our group of the eumelanin species that also have unique blood, right? And then when you talk about that blood being plasma, and you talk about the stars in the sun being plasma, these are what's called star lines. The astrology is not taking place. Remember, it's mirroring what's from the top. Well, as above, so below. You are a part of a specific star line. Okay, that's what you have to understand, and they recognize that. So if you notice when you go into these grocery stores or any time that you're eating, that the hardest thing to get a hold of is the sugar that we eat. Why? Because that is the energy or the fuel that the blood uses to transport nutrients and obviously take waste products up out of the cell and tissues and organs and things like that. So it's paramount. It's absolutely imperative for us to understand that this should just not be seen as just regular sugar. We have to recognize that the sugar that the Blanco adulterates is a weapon. It is a weapon. The water that we use is a weapon. They are waging war against us environmentally, and some of them typically refer to this as environmental racism. They have weaponized the earth against us. I need y'all to feel where I'm coming from on this, right? We really just wanted to set the stage, and we've been here for about a good couple hours or whatever, and then they kind of cut it from when we was really actually going ham and stuff. But it's all good. We're not really too much worried about that. I'm gonna get the channel straightened around. Obviously, what YouTube did was just give me a completely new channel for some odd reason, and that just really pissed me off. But I want you guys to understand that this is the fight of all fights. Like, you're going to have to be in a position to where you understand that it is imperative that you take care of your body or your light body as best as you possibly can. Stop allowing these so-called esoteric teachers to talk about it just about the flesh. No, I told you in a book, I referenced a book called Skin by Nina G. Jablonski, who is a professor of anthropology at the University of California, who wrote this book about skin and said, and I quote, that the primary responsibility of skin is to absorb light. That's its primary responsibility. Now think about it. You have a group of people born without being able to engage in the skin's primary responsibility. We got to understand how important this is. So, like we said before, there's going to be much more coming. Like, we got the animation of the Carbon Babies, which are going to be putting out. There's a few more things that we're going to add to the channel too as well. We're going to have some phenomenal subjects to tackle because, like I said, we're going to go over all of this information but condense it in such a way that we can cut down on many of the videos that were placed on the previous channel, but then go off into a lot of the new esoteric information and thought, because our job is to accelerate as fast as we possibly can, right? Of course there was some very pertinent information in a lot of those videos, but I think that you guys are going to be you're gonna be impressed by what I put together, right? But I wanted to do this live because I wanted to let us know, like, when people cause, like, because sometimes people say, hey, Rue's always been an advocate of being black because I talk about black body radiation. We showed the video of how the sun sees you and showed you that black encapsulates all the colors. So this idea of being black as a societal construct is something that I just don't agree with. We're not none of those things, right? But in terms of absorbing all the light, what physics typically refers to as black body radiation, not the political or socio-political construct of what black is, but the metaphysical idea of what black is what I subscribe to. But I'm saying that now we've moved into a different era or a different age or a place in our state of mind where we say that we are not even black anymore. We're a motherfucking problem. You have to know that you got to defend yourself, your children, Mother Earth most of all, because if you don't have a home, you don't have a future, brothers and sisters. It reminds me of like oh my goodness, it was one of the other favorite movies is in my top 5, and that's The Great Debaters with Denzel Washington. I think Oprah directed the movie or something like that. And I love what they say in order to get ready for a debate. And I only change a couple of words because I make sure I modify it based on my belief system. And he says, who is God? And they say, God is the judge. Why is she the judge? Because she decides who wins and loses, not my opponent. Who is my opponent? He does not exist. And why does he not exist? Because he is merely a dissenting voice to the truth I speak. Okay? And that's when we want to tell you guys, wherever you at, not only speak the truth, but become the truth. Live your truth. Don't take no for, don't allow anybody to get you off your square. This is one thing that we're gonna have to do at the FOS Squad. And trust me, like I said, we're going to take this journey together. Because not all of us are strong at all times, and not all of us are strong in all of the areas we need to be. So why not take this journey together? Why not consolidate our efforts and become the spiritual family that we know that we need to be? Give each other pertinent information that we know that we need in order to not only survive, but to thrive in these days of new beginnings. That's what I'm requiring of all of us. And I'm willing to take that ride with you. I'm willing to put my life and my time and energy on the line to take that ride with you. With that being said, brothers and sisters, look out for the next live. We will be back. Let's get it.
This is DJ Work Gas. I'm the hottest artist on the planet, Tiamat. Heinous here. Because I'm gonna let you know, if you're in the water, you're gonna die. Illuminati dies here today, Mom.
It's a shark in the zoo. They say in Babylon, put the mark on him too. His whole body light so we can maul other guys. If my all-seeing eye going dark on me too. And them coffers for you. I'm ready so the devil who I call out first. I heard God call it, said behind the great wall. He I made a sword off to kick them all off earth. So my click don't play. Heaven gotta choose the wolf or the lamb. Get shot down by a pig in the street. Why do niggas gotta beef when it's a whole lot of hell? Alright, it's a hole in the dam. They can't flood Merc, so they shoot down gangs. Merc fly high, baby, Merc won't die. I don't see nobody here that can shoot down planes. It's like I shoot down veins. You're turning everybody in the hood to an addict. You live 6th grade to a bully with a habit. Cause I'm a switchblade or a fully automatic. Let's go. It's only 2 ways out. Don't ever try to sit and think of running cause you can't. It's only screaming die while you running out of tank. It's screaming try bitch while you running out the bank. Cause my click don't pay. I'm probably in your range getting brain with the semi. My hoe act right like she came with an Emmy. She want black pipe cause she came with the Remy. Ain't no pain even in me. You probably wouldn't know where I blow back, cause it's 5 knockouts when it's 5 cops out. Oh, it's 5 shots out from the big bad wolf. Better bitch gon' say that my click don't play. I threw a clip in the cave, but I'm probably in your range getting brain with the semi. Better bitch gon' say that my click don't play. I threw a clip in the cave, but I'm probably in your range getting brain with the semi. Better bitch gon' say this is the only